A lot of times, especially the people you call your friends, you find out when you get locked up who your friends really are. You know, I've been a little bit fortunate in that my family's still hanging around. I lost both my parents, but you know, I've got a 33-year-old daughter, and I've got grandkids. I've got a fantastic wife. But yeah, for a lot of people, and especially friends tend to go away. You have to understand that first of all, there is hope. No matter how old you are, there is hope, and you have to keep that in mind. This can't be your entire life. You have to try to maintain some kind of contact outside, some kind of hopes, dreams, and like I said, find a purpose.
All that for nothing.
Just gonna wrap that around. Give me your mat.
Hold on.
I'm taking you at your word, Kevin. All right? Kevin's a very angry young man. You know him. We've been there, we've done this. But actually, I have a pretty good rapport with him, and he knows me. He's been here a few times. Actually had his father here many, many years ago. And he knows that he can take me at my word. And he's angry because he's here. He doesn't want to be here. He wants to go to either home, hospital, or placement. And it's not happening as expeditiously as he wants it to happen. Therefore, he's becoming very angry and disgruntled, and he thinks acting out is going to get him out of here. And that's not going to work.
You better realize what's important, and realize that that little boy is going to look up to his father, and he's going to want to do everything his dad did. We even saw it with my daughter. She wanted to do everything Dad did, and that unfortunately included some of the bad stuff too. And he needs to realize that the little boy is going to look up to his dad and want to follow in his footsteps. And you don't get that many chances anymore. And so they need to take it seriously. They need to understand that this is not going to be their life. You know, they can't let this be their life.
You know better, Kevin. I understand that, Kevin. I understand that, and I know that's what's really got you worked up. Kevin, chill out. Behave yourself. I'll give you a phone call, all right?
I don't know about fear, understanding and respect for what they're getting ready to do. It's going to be a difficult transition, and don't come out and try to play the tough role. Just find a place to fit in, and just do that. Don't fear it, but respect it and understand what you're getting ready to do.
We're going here down the E complex. We have to lock up a couple of kids in segregation for battery on a fender. They jumped in the fender, there's 3 of them. So we're going to take them to SEG.
And the violence factor has escalated so much.
For some reason had it out for this kid?
We have no clue of what the motive was.
And I think a lot of it is our fault, and by our, I'm talking about those of us that are wearing this and in prison because we weren't there for those kids.
Everyday rotation now, you just you go do it and it's pretty much the same every time. You don't know what to expect, so you're just ready for anything. They have battered staff on occasion, so you just gotta expect anything, be ready.
We weren't out there to help raise them, and this is what they've had to model themselves after.
Cox, Brady. Cox in room 6.
I think a lot of kids think that this is where you get your credibility. They think this is what makes you cool and all that. This is not cool. There's nothing about living in a bathroom in a closet with another man that's cool. You know, and that's what this amounts to. This amounts to the size of a lot of people's closets.
Same room.
You know, there's nothing cool about this. You know, one of the saddest things that's happened recently is the cutting of funding for college. I understand they're going to vocational classes for job training and all that, but to me, college is not about job training. College is about critical thinking skills and learning to think on your own, solve problems, and that just got taken away. But you can supplement it yourself. Get, whatever training, whatever schooling they're trying to give you, take it. It's going to help you in the long run. It truly is. It's not about just job skills. It's about learning to think for yourself. It's about learning to make decisions and understand what you're doing and what the consequences are. And once you understand that every decision you make has consequences, your life becomes a little bit different.
Keep the other one out.
Need you to spin to the right. No, you're right. Oh.
I would trade anything to be able to go back and do this again and just make that one decision with knowing what I know now.
And spin back.
Realizing what you could have done with your life, and that now it's a little late. Say I do another 5 years and I'm 57 years old when I get out. How many employers are knocking down the door to hire a 57-year-old person, no matter what your experience is, let alone add up the fact that you've done 35 years in prison?
Not yet.
Give me your deal,
So yeah, don't come into the system. For those who are already here, get your head out of where it's at and figure out what it is you need to do to get your life back on track. Work on whatever you can work on to get yourself out of here and stay away from this. This is not the kind of life you need to be thinking about. It's too late for some of us to go back, and you can't turn back the clock. You can't put the bullet back in the gun. It just doesn't work. I don't know what else I can tell them other than just don't.
Only been in juvenile system one time, and that's it. I ain't never been detained or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time ever doing some time for anything.
Don't forget to put your calendar in your...
And I think, from my point of view, that they should never see me. They should put me on something else, send me to boys' school instead of switching me over. You know what I'm saying, to adult. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no background history or nothing. Me and my co-defendant, I'm saying, we robbed somebody, you know, and they said I had an armed robbery. They said I had a gun in my case or whatnot, and they didn't find no gun. They had nothing, no witnesses or nothing but the person. And my lawyer telling them that. You know what I'm saying, like, fighting with the prosecutors, like, how do y'all know that my client had a gun? I ain't got no weapon, no witnesses, but the witness said that, you know? So, and I only got one B felony that said they ain't charging with the possession of a handgun because they ain't never find them, but they still put it on me as an armed robbery B felony, one B felony.
Are you ready? I wish you all the luck in the world. Come on, we're ready for you. Fire door!
I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Mama was crying, you know. Everybody was crying because what the judge going off of. She ain't look at my background. You know what I'm saying? I think that's wrong, that they should have did something else instead of me sitting me here.
Thank you, Granny.
Good luck. Good luck.
First thing is being around the wrong crowd. Hang with the wrong people. You know, you hang with the wrong people, you do wrong stuff to other people. Because what they don't got, they tell you in your mind, like, go do this with me, or can you do this with me, you know? But if you hang with positive people, you know what I'm saying, you be a positive person, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do bad things, you wouldn't rob, you wouldn't steal, you wouldn't go out there and steal from your mother, you know what I'm saying? But if you got people every day in your face that you hang with that rob, steal, fight, you gonna end up doing it eventually. And then when you do it and you ain't type of person like that, and then you will be like, only if I would have stayed at home or stayed with my mama that day or with my other friends, then you wanna say all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what you was doing at that time, and you know what you was getting yourself into when you walked out the door with that person that do the things every day.
It's gonna feel different to be with somebody else. You know what I mean? Since I've been with bros for a long time, since we got locked up, so it's gonna feel different. But like I told you, we gotta, it is what it is, we gotta get used to it. You know, if we wanna go home, we have to, we probably gonna be with each other forever. So therefore, we have to get used to it. And, wherever he go, wherever I go, we still gonna do the same thing, still hold it down for each other. So just gonna have to, get used to it. And when we get home, for me, that's what really counts, As long as he alright, I'm alright. So
Yeah.
it'll be alright.
Like I be telling, people here that go through the same thing as me, there's nothing we do about it now because some people hold a grudge on the judge, or they be like, I wish I could take it back. Everybody wish they take their crime back, wish what they did, but it's done over now and you just move on, get out, show everybody that you changed and don't come back.
When they come to this unit, they have never been in another facility or out in general population. And it's scary for them because they really don't have any idea what general pop is and what they're going to meet, who they're going to meet, and the different crimes that they're going to find out what real prison life is like.
My daddy, he been locked up, and he ain't never really been in my life till recently, he really started kind of settle down, But I'm not trying to be like him, I'm trying to see my son grow to first, to teens, to, whatever it takes, I'm just trying to see my son grow and be there for him and know he got a daddy and know I'm here to support him on whatever he needs. My son, he's 6 months now, and his name is Aurelius Smith. And he motivate me every day. He keep me smiling, and he just there and just wait for me to come home, and every day I think of it, I give him a phone call, call mama and tell her, is there anything I can do to help y'all get the lawyer here if I go on my vacation? At least try to get her as soon as I can for his first birthday. That's all I'm hoping for, 'cause I missed the biggest day, when he came. So I'm trying to be there for his first birthday, as quick as I can, because he need me, though.
Behave up, Merriwood. DLC. Okay.
Not yet.
Give me your DLC, please.
18145.
Step. There you go.
You think you're not gonna get caught, you think you get your own fly pass and everything, but like I said, what you do come back around, So everything I done bad, I think came back around back on me, 'cause I always thought that I wasn't never gonna get caught. I ain't with the wrong crowd. My mom always told me every day, every night, stop hanging with them, go on about your business, stop hanging with them, go to school, Ooh, and I was hard-headed, you know. If you tell me to stay in the house, I don't stay in the house, you know. But like I told my mom on the phone when I was in the county, all this time you told me to stay in the house, don't hang with them. I should listen because you're always right. And she was always right, you know. And I wish I would have listened to my mama then and started learning my lesson now. You know what I'm saying? Just stay in the house, hang with the right crowd, and just be by myself. Well, what they don't know on the outside is that these kids in here, you know what I'm saying, most of them is willing to change their life, get a job, go back to college, go back to school, and just change. But some kids, don't get me wrong, some kids come in here like, big bad, I ain't gonna never change, this ain't gonna change me, you know? Nah, this ain't the place, you know what I'm saying, for you to keep coming back and just doing time for what, you know what I'm saying? You missing all your time out there, all your fun times, your 20s, your teens, and all that, you know? And I really feel bad for the people that do say that, but some of these kids in here, they really want to change, get out, get a job, but they second guessing themselves because since they got a felony, and that's when some of these kids get out and just start selling drugs and doing drinking, smoking, violating, and getting right back in the penitentiary because people out there in jobs be like, I don't want you because you got a felony, or really the people in here be scared to go to the job and say they got a felony. But really, this don't stop me personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get out and go to college, you know what I'm saying? Try to make something of myself, get into a nice business if I can, give me a nice job, if I can support my family, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't trying to come back on this road again.
My name is Phil Slavens. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Reentry.
So Phil, today we watched a young offender come in the back gate here at Plainfield. He was transferred from the juvenile unit at Wabash. What's it like for the facility to receive young kids in an adult prison?
Well, we try to treat everybody the same, but obviously he's younger. He's going to be probably a little bit more immature. We will watch him fairly closely, watch his interaction with the other offenders, make sure he's safe, make sure he's making a good adjustment. We want him to be as comfortable as possible. He's probably going to be nervous. He's probably going to be a little bit afraid, which really is a good thing. It means he'll steady himself a little bit, and we'll do everything we can to put him at ease, to make him feel like he fits in.
I know when we were walking through here, we walked through what looked like a very impressive school unit.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the services he'll be able to get when he is here?
We will test him, assuming he has some interest in school, and if he has any aptitude at all, we will try to make him interested in school. We will get him plugged in where he can. We'd love to see him get his high school equivalency while he's here, possibly earn a vocation. We'll test him for other needs that he's had. If he's had any drug or alcohol problems, we'll try to plug him in there also. We'll try to get him the treatment he needs so he has some tools when he gets back out on the outside that he can make a go of it.
So his out date right now is 2014. Can you talk to us a little bit about how he can participate in some of these things and maybe get some cuts in his time?
Part of his orientation admission testing, we'll find out what he needs. We'll look at his file, we'll see where his areas of needs are, we'll see where he's doing well, and we'll try to plan his program accordingly. We don't want him to sit, obviously. We want to get him plugged in, and since he's that young and he's been in school, school looks like the place for him.
And obviously, this is a big mix of a population,
Yes.
young, old. Can you tell, people kind of what the prison feel is like when a young kid comes in? I mean, I'm sure there are offenders who will say, "Hey, here's a young kid. I'm going to try."
Some might. There are enough people that will look out for him, though, that will keep that from happening. If he carries himself as old as he possibly can, his chances of success are much, much greater. A lot of these guys have enough to worry about with their own time that they won't have time to mess with him. If he carries himself in such a manner that he acts like he knows what he's doing, he'll be fine. And there'll be people watching also.
What would you want young kids out there to know who are maybe teetering on the brink? You've been in this field for a long, long
Yes.
time. You've probably seen just about everything. What would you want young kids out there to know?
That it can happen to them. They need to get off those street corners. They need to quit hanging out with guys who can get them in trouble. They need to stay in school, obviously. If they're messing at all with drugs, then you obviously stay away from those. Watch who they hang with. life is pretty short. The problem I've seen with kids, they think they're bulletproof, they think they're invincible, and they think never anything is going to happen to them, and that's just not the case because the prisons are full. And it's happened to people who didn't think anything could happen to them. They thought they can just go on and continue living their life with no consequences, and there are consequences for bad actions. And if they think of that beforehand, then their chances of coming here are much less.